Hello.
Live at the time it was recorded from the Intro Memorial Spare Bedroom Studio in beautiful downtown Southeast Pennsylvania, USA. It's Season 3 of the Josh and AC Podcast. This is The Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com. Follow us on social media at Josh and AC on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast on Instagram. Visit our YouTube page, Josh and AC Podcast, or send us an email, joshandacpodcast@gmail.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 1 of The Dead End with Josh and AC. I am Josh. AC's across the room. We have some special things in store for this launch of Season 3. Thanks for coming back, everybody. AC, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. This is exciting.
It only took us 45 minutes to set up.
Yeah, as usual, typical. And then we... soon to everybody to find out we have a special guest, so he kind of got the torture of what it's like in the beginning of the show till we get set up. But before we get started, everybody, just our typical nothing changes for Season 3. Welcome in to The Dead End with Josh and AC, joshandac.podbean.com. Excuse me. Season 3, Episode number 1 of The Dead End with Josh and AC, joshandac.podbean.com. You know how to find us. And, of course, as always, we go over that shit at the end of the show anyway. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you to everybody that spent 2 years with us. We are starting our third year. It's very exciting. Look at that fade in, fade out kind of thing.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Apparently we're in a Mexican lounge.
Well, we still can't figure out how to get all the audio and video recording, because once I get all the programs up, then I forget to plug in the device that actually takes the sound out into the soundboard for the computer.
Yeah,
so
whatever. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually. It only, Season 4 we'll get all this down. But, so exciting very first show of Season 3. Josh has brought somebody to the show.
Actually, he kind of showed up on our doorstep, and we were like, yeah, because you and me count as like one functioning person, so maybe if we get another one in here, it'll be all right.
Well, and we had to stop going with our usuals, because typically we have Ryan, we have my dad, we have Vinny.
It was very tense negotiations for this next one.
Well, but before we go further, let's shout out to my dad, who re-recorded our intro and was able to do the Memorial Spare Bedroom Memorial
intro Memorial.
There you go. He got it. My dad nailed it on the head. So we did get a new intro recorded for Season 3. So always exciting. So thanks again, Dad, for that. Always taking care of business for us on that end of things. So, all right. So do you wanna get started? But everybody, welcome in Season 3. We're super excited to bring you another action-packed season. But Josh, take it away.
Okay. So. Now, there's a little timpani here. I'm not sure if our guest can hear this, but he's deserving of a drum roll here. Very funny guy. A friend of mine that I met through comedy, was seen on Comedy Central, ESPN, Fox TV, performs at the Brigada all the time, clubs all over the United States, Canada, Europe, Mexico, Guatemala, wherever he goes. He also has a DryBar special, the Notorious FOD. Please welcome Joey Callahan. Joey, are you there?
I'm here, gentlemen. Thank you. It's usually when you read my intro, it's always like found dead in his apartment. So
not yet.
Yeah, hopefully not.
The summer's still young.
Yeah.
For anybody that wants to follow this guy, follow him on Twitter at Joey Callahan, also on Instagram at Joey Callahan Comedy, and on Facebook, Joey Callahan Comedy. He has a show coming up actually tomorrow at Timothy's Restaurant in Exton. You can go to his website, joeycallahan.com, for info
I
on
play
that.
all the big rooms, Exton. I don't know why I'm missing. I do all the biggies.
I was going to say, I met you in a bowling alley in Reading, so if that's any telling of your career and my career.
playing all the main rooms.
It's all good. It's all good. But you do.
Gotta
It's
start
wherever
somewhere.
check will clear, boys. When you got a daughter in college, wherever check will clear.
That's right.
So now, are you on like a tour right now, or are you just getting back into comedy after COVID, or?
Well, I mean, it's, yes and yes. I mean, we're all getting back to comedy. I'm finally at a point now where I was on stage the other night, and I was doing an hour, and I finally felt like, I'm not bragging about doing an hour. I had to do an hour as part of my contract, but I finally felt like my pacing was back. Like the whole time, like after we were locked down and I was able to get back on stage and I had to jump back in. It's a muscle. It will atrophy. So like I'm frantically doing a bit, and as I'm doing a bit in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh crap! What am I going to say next? What comes next? What am I going to do?" And it's nice to kind of get your pacing back.
Did you have to write your stuff back down on like note cards, like like first timers
I'm
do?
horrible at that. I have a Google Doc, and I have like buzzwords, and then I just found the greatest thing. Google Doc has this talk and type. So you can set it, and I can just run through the bit and just say it the way I would say it. And it types it beautifully, and I can stop it, go back and edit it and say, oh, do I like that? So I'm not a sit at the desk with a typewriter kind of fella.
See, half the time, like, I try to do that. Actually, all right, when I was doing open mics, now, let's face it, folks, I'm not much past a host, but a host is really hard to do, and I think Joey would agree.
That's a very important job on the show, man.
Yeah. It's a lot more than people realize goes into it to be a decent MC. But this was back in the day of cassette tapes. I would put my stuff on a cassette tape and listen to it the whole way to a gig and from the gig to try to commit it to memory. But now I do a lot more crowd work, so it's easier. But the nice thing about the podcast was when COVID hit, we could do this, so it kind of kept that muscle thing going and kept me kind of fast on my feet. But like, what did you do when COVID hit? Like, did you have a day job that you did?
I did a bunch of Zoom shows. They were off-puttingly fun. Like I expected the worst, and I actually had a lot of fun on the Zoom calls. And the worst thing that could happen to a comedian is I start getting comfortable being home, and it's like, I can see how someone can become a shut-in. I really do.
Do you still travel with your dog?
I do when I can. Not always, but when I can, I will. I like the company. And,
I remember meeting one of the Goldens at Reading one time. You came after you were there like after the show. You went and got the dog, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dog person. I like dogs. I like we rescued during the pandemic. It's so funny. We rescued a Labrador Mastiff. Now keep in mind, I got a yellow lab who will just like sleep on the couch all day. Like the Labrador Mastiff is like, hey, let's go for a run. Let's go to the park and throw the ball. And then you look at the yellow lab, and the yellow lab goes to you and goes, I wouldn't say no to a pizza if you ordered one.
That's great.
It's a completely different rhythm.
So do you need like a backhoe to clean lab mass poop up, or?
Say that again, please?
Do you need like a backhoe to clean lab mastiff poop up, or
Oh my gosh! People go, why do you have two 80-pound dogs? Because I was not happy with the amount of dog crap one 80-pound dog left. I knew I could do better.
So how long have you been doing comedy then?
Oh my God! How old are you?
Well, I think actually we started the same time. I was in '88, so.
You were born in '88, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's when I started comedy, you bastard. Yeah, that's when I.
Yeah, so
I never understood that. Like getting older, people like make fun of that, but I'm like, you know what? There's no way in hell I would go back to like the age you are now. I would never go back. I'm 55. And I'm thinking, you know what? I got money. I got a full head of hair. I got my wife and I are back to being empty nesters. I'm like, I got the world by the balls right now. This is really. I mean, the thought of going back to being in my 20s, I'd shoot myself.
But okay, so what goes so wrong in your life that you end up being a stand-up comic?
Well, so it's funny that you say that because I thought John Mulaney did it perfectly. I don't know if there's a Netflix special on right now, and he talks about people always say like stand-up comics are deranged and they have dark pasts and everything. Hey, listen, we all are dented cans. We all walk with a limp. Just, everybody's goofy, right? But to me, I just like making people laugh. I mean, I'm just really fortunately given that gift, and I like it. I like the energy. I just like being in a crowd. I don't have to be the center of attention. I just become who I am, and I guess funnily enough, 9 times out of 10, I am the center of attention, but I don't ever try to be the center of attention.
Oh, Josh tries
making people laugh.
Josh tries to be the center of attention. It usually works, but everybody just gets pissed off after about 10 minutes.
But there is something about going up on a stage and like that first laugh. Like once you get it, it's like such a good feeling, and then you just kind of go with it. And
oh my God, yeah, it's an energy. I always feel like when the audience is really with you, and you feel that energy, it's like riding a wave. It is like riding an energy wave.
Well, I guess Josh and I could relate to, like, I obviously don't experience this. I enjoy performing, like, but my type of performing is like
you porn.
No.
I don't think interpretive dance is the same thing, but I'm sure what you do is lovely.
No, but like doing
your age being able to find a tutu to fit. Good for you, man. You be you.
This is great. No, but anyway, like when we started the podcast, Josh and I were like, what the hell are we going to do? And we literally did our test run episode. And it's so weird to think back that this is it's 2 years ago. It is exactly 2 years ago that we literally just went with it. And we did our pilot episode. And I think Josh was the encouragement. He's like, let's just go. Let's just kind of write some stuff down and go and see where it winds up. And we released that pilot episode because it sounded good for what it was worth 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Before we figured out the audio and everything like that. But it's fun and it's motivation because we are the center of attention. Nobody's watching us per se, but we are the center of attention for this podcast. And just seeing the constant downloads compared to where we were is just like. So I understand the feeling for you guys when you're up on stage. Like, this is our stage. It's just it's a different form of stage, And hopefully Josh would agree with that. Like, ours is definitely it's a different form of stage, but it's our motivation to keep doing it. And Josh and I go through hell sometimes to record shows to make sure that we're consistently on every week.
I heard it before we were on. I thought you two were the sexual tension between you two. I'm like, I felt awkward. I'm like, Jesus, I've never seen two men locked in passion like this. It was scary, but yet it was beautiful at the same time.
It is so perfect that even he gets to hear it too. So yeah. Yeah, but if only you like we've Joey, if you ever get a chance to go back, it might be 6 or 7 episodes ago where Josh and I read a conversation between the two of us.
Yeah, we had a textument.
Yeah, and it was probably our worst conversation, like as far as like fighting goes, if you want to call it that. It was our worst conversation in a long time. But we read it for everybody because when we look back on it, it's so hilarious.
Yeah, we're ridiculous.
It's ridiculous what goes back and forth. But literally, the fight this morning was really not a fight. It was I was getting up and I was trying to message Josh to make sure we had the right equipment to make sure because we knew that we would have you on the phone versus FaceTime. So I was just trying to make sure Josh had there's a device that we would have needed just in case. And like the way that I was texting, he's just like, you're starting already or something like that. Yeah. And it was just like, and that's the typical, and that's when it all goes. And I literally just said, I'm just going to stop talking now. And then when I got here.
You take the high road, you just stop talking.
Well, yeah, but then I got here and he's still sleeping. And I was like, dude, you didn't do my dishes.
Yeah.
The floor's not vacuumed. Like, typically he gets here a little bit early. Yeah, and I come to a clean house. So.
We've known each other like 20 years, at least 20 years.
At least 20
right?
years, yeah.
And it all started because he used to bully me.
Well, let me ask this question. I mean, you didn't wash the dishes, right? Fine. You didn't vacuum, which, you could have vacuumed. I think the most important thing to remember here is, were you in the French maid outfit? That's really what it comes down to.
No, he was half naked in the bed.
I had a pair of athletic shorts that were riding up because I was sleeping, but I don't know if that counts.
It's just sad when you hear somebody just give up like that. Just you think you can at least put the...
This is great. I love it.
You think you could have made some effort? Put the fishnets on. Just one fishnet.
Yeah. Yeah, I reside a tennis shoe and a high heel sometimes.
That's something. Just throw them a bone
I
already.
put half an effort into it. But.
Yeah, don't just come and sleep and not make any effort to do anything. That's what he's trying to tell you, Josh.
Whatever.
All right.
Well, so I wanted to. I didn't.
It's like I'm in Vermont and the comedy club says, oh, we got you a lovely bed and breakfast with this lovely gay couple, and the whole time they're fighting while you're there, like, I just want breakfast. Do I have to hear you guys fight?
See, he's saying that we're a gay couple, Josh. See how this goes?
Okay. It's okay. I've been called worse. So how did you stumble onto us? Because when you messaged me about coming on, I'm like, I thought it was somebody like hacked your account and was, like, send me 15 million euro and I will.
You need to work on your self-esteem. You have a lovely show. You're very funny. I enjoy the banter between the two, and you and I know each other from the club. So I mean, I've always been supportive of people that I know. I'll listen. I have to be honest with you, I don't listen every week, but I've listened.
All right. Well, that was a good interview with Joey Callahan. We got to get you off now. Sorry.
Well, just a fun fact. Like, if I go back to the YouTube stats, pretty much about 3/4 of the people that watch our YouTube video only watch the first 30 minutes and then they're done. So,
whatever.
So you're kind of falling in line, Joey. At least you give it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, but I always support, my comedy buddies, because I know it's what we got to do. Comics have to support each other.
It's much appreciated. Like I said, I run into a lot of people that have been less than genuine in comedy, and you're one of the few people that, is actually like a good conversation when you're not looking for money. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like.
Yeah, Maya Angelou said, people don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel.
Yeah. What are you doing over there,
Is
Josh?
that me?
It must be you. You're the only thing connected to the computer. You're making sounds.
Anyway. Okay, so let's get this.
Wait, hang on.
What?
I like that he said that quote, because that's awesome, because I feel the same way as he does, that
You just don't ever tell me.
Well, no, but when it's about, like, it's that people know you at all, right? And how they know you and perceive you. Hopefully that's the same meaning for you, Joey. It's like, I think you make more friends. What do they say? You make more friends with
honey than vinegar.
Yeah, whatever, however that goes,
Yeah, I meet a lot of people, and it's just so much easier. Don't talk about anybody's religion. Don't talk about their politics. And then, for the most part, everybody's cool then. As long as you leave those two subjects out, everything's cool.
Yep, I agree.
All right, next question I have here for you. Did you vote for Trump or
Please.
Biden? No, I'm messing with you. So you said you've opened for Weird Al and B.B. King. How the hell did that happen?
Well, it wasn't the same night, Josh.
Oh, okay. That would have been a hell of a concert.
It's, well, I mean, I will have already done it. We're taping this now. So by the time this airs, I will have already done it. But this Friday coming, I'm opening up for Tommy James and the Shondells.
I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah. So I have been fortunate enough in my career to there's a comic named Big Daddy Graham, God rest his soul.
Oh yeah, he was the heart of Philly down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had connections with like the Mann Music Theater or the Keswick, and he would book the opening acts. And I've opened up for George Benson, Chris Bodie, Boney James, Foreigner, B.B. King, the Smothers Brothers, Dan Warwick. I've just been fortunate enough to open for a lot of different groups. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Are crowds like that receptive, or like, because like I would think it would be hard to open before Foreigner, or are they like how do they even do that?
Well, they go. Typically, it's like it's so funny because they go, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for our opening act. You hear people go, and I usually typically like, hey, who's here to see? And mention the person's name, and they get like they all go, well, who's here to see me? And some people clap, and I go, oh, you're a bunch of liars, and that usually gets a nice laugh. And I said, I want you to look at me the same way, and this is not my line. I had read this somewhere. When you go to a deli and you get a corned beef special, and you go, I'm here for the corned beef special, and then you notice on your plate there's a pickle. And you go, oh, I love the pickle. I didn't order the pickle, but I'm so happy the pickle's here. I am the pickle.
That's great.
So how long do you have to do to open for them? Do you do like a full hour set, or just like 20 minutes?
It depends on if the headliner's there. I forget who it was. I really can't remember who it was, but they were running late, and I had to go up and I did like an hour and 10 minutes, and then the person came, and the crowd was with me, and they were really nice. Sometimes it's just 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 to half an hour. It all depends. just there to break the ice, and I did save the life of the Temptations. I don't know if you know this story.
I don't.
I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
I had just opened for the Temptations at a lovely, lovely theater in Glenside, Pennsylvania. It's probably my favorite theater to work, the Keswick.
Now,
And
that's where you are this week with the Shondells, right?
That's right. That's what Tommy James and Shondell at the Keswick Theater in Glenside, Pennsylvania. And I just had a great show, thank God. And I went backstage, and coming down the steps from the dressing room were the Temptations, and they were all wearing this purple and black suit. And I was at the bottom of the steps, and I looked up and I kind of like waved, and the last Temptation, just big guy, pointed at me and goes, "Funny stuff, little brother." And he trips. He trips and falls down the steps.
Oh,
but in front of him are the other 4 Temptations. And they all fall down. And I literally stood at the base of the steps and leaned my shoulder in and caught all of them.
That is so great.
I saved the lives of the Temptations.
Wow. Yeah, that's not something too many people can say.
I know, right?
That's pretty cool. Wow. What's the weirdest place you've ever performed at?
There was this restaurant early in my career in this place that is really weird. Every time I go there, it gets weirder. It's called Reading, Pennsylvania.
Got that right.
Yeah, holy mackerel! I'm from Philly, right? And you go there, and there's like Mennonite people, and you're like, I don't have any point of reference. I don't even. There's Amish people, and I again, nothing against them. I go, we just don't have these in Philly. So these people. So we kind of like, I got nothing. But there was a restaurant where it was a giant barbecue pit in the middle, and you went and bought your meat, and it was raw meat, and then you cooked your own meat on the grill, and they did comedy night. So I'm doing my show, and all you hear is like people throwing their meat on the grill.
Is this by any chance called Tailgaters?
I could not remember. Okay. I'm telling you, man, it was like 89, 90 at somebody.
Yeah, and it was out in the middle of nowhere too. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. 100%.
Yeah. Yep. Is it still open?
No. It's been closed. Oh my goodness, maybe 15 years now.
So wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
You pay
that was
to go to a restaurant to cook your own meal?
Yeah. So Josh, Pricetown Road, where the Redner's Quick Shop is.
About. Yeah.
They literally have 2 grills. They have 2 charcoal grills, like big pits, like he's talking about.
So does Texas Roadhouse, and you can sit at a table and they'll cook it for you.
Yeah, but no, like you would pay like $25 for a steak that you had to cook yourself. You could have them cook it for you, but they charge you more for them to cook it. But I could see where that's annoying because you literally are just standing there hearing steaks sizzle the whole time. Yeah. Just keep everybody, Yeah. Oh God, I remember that place. I actually enjoyed Tailgaters because it's what I do for a living. I cook, and I get to cook my own steak. But
yeah, forget that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how'd the DryBar thing come up then?
Well, my manager, I'm with a management group called Omnipop. Mm-hmm. My manager submitted me to Keith Stubbs, who owns the Wisecrackers Comedy Club in Utah, and they like my stuff. And talking about the luck of the Irish, it was like February, like right before the shutdown. It was like February I shot it, 2020, and then we were shut down March of 2020, if you remember. And I flew out to Utah on a Thursday. I was taping Saturday. I wanted to get in a day or two early just to get a lay of the land. Of course, I found the only shot and beer bar in all Mormons, right? And I find the one bar, and you go in there like, what are you going in? You Catholic? Get in here. There's not a lot of us here. We got to stick together. And I had drank copious amounts of beer with these kind of blue collar guys, which I always end up with blue collar guys. My dad was a truck driver. My mom worked in a factory. I'm not blue collar because I don't work in a factory or drive a truck, but I come from very blue collar roots. And I watched the taping on Friday. I'm trying to remember, there's a guy who owns a comedy club. I'm sorry, guys, I'm drawing a blank here. He's a bald-headed guy. He taped the same night that I taped. It's in Shippensburg. Josh, help me out here.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. But he taped on Friday, and I did mine on Saturday. But then it took almost, I think, a year and a half before it came out.
So,
I mean, it took forever. Matter of fact, my daughter was 23 when I did it, and I made a joke about her being a millennial. And by the time it came out, people on YouTube were going, "She's not really a millennial because she's this." And I go, "It was done. We taped it 2 years ago, jackass."
yeah,
So
that was one thing. I was looking at some of the YouTube comments on the FOD bit, and man, people just want to get offended over anything.
oh my God! Did you catch all the John Cena references?
I saw a bunch of the John Cena references, but I guess
Which I don't see. They're like, "You look like an old John Cena." I'm like, "Come on, man."
there was some lady on there that was harping on you because she was like, "Oh, you think domestic violence is funny? Clearly, you said something about your father beat you or something." When I don't even remember what part of the joke was, but I think it was when your dad yelled at you and he tore your leg off.
I think I replied back to her. He did beat me. I did get I'm not making this crap up.
Well,
I mean, come on.
And you were like, "How is it? It's about me." Like you're not making a blanket statement I think domestic violence is funny. Go beat women or anything like that. Like, do you run into that a lot now?
Warriors.
Exactly.
They're all keyboard warriors, and I think my daughters were yelling at me, "Dad, you can't reply back to these people." And of course, I'm a fist fighter from Fishtown in Philly. I'm going to get the last punch in. And my daughters were yelling at me, like, "Ignore them. Be better than they are." I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to put my foot up somebody's ass."
Yeah, I can imagine. So you having all the experience that you have through the years, the internet probably has changed the way people react to your bits, right? Obviously, sensitivity has gone a long way over the years, but I can imagine that nowadays you probably see a lot more criticism for just a simple joke.
Well, you know what? I think we all have to evolve, and jokes that may have been done at one point aren't considered good taste now. But at the time when you would do this joke, I had a doctor when I was a kid, and I had him all through my 20s. He was from India, and I could do him. I literally could do his voice. Like, it was him. And I used to do a joke about it, and now I don't do it now because it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. And I'm not trying to be not hurt. I'm not trying to. I don't want to punch down. I never want to punch down or insult a group unnecessarily or unfairly. So you grow, you develop, you mature. Is what we do as performers.
Can you teach Josh how to do that?
Shut up. You're such
No.
a dick.
Nope.
I'm not a miracle worker.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, that's great.
So, other than that show that you have on the 10th at Tim's Restaurant, is there any other shows that you have coming up that people might be interested in?
Maybe beyond June 9th that we can promote for you since the show airs June 9th.
Yeah, I can look at my dates. I'll be at the fabulous Pocono Palace Couples Only Resort
Is
June 25th. I don't want to brag about that.
Is that the wine glass thing that you have on your dry bar?
Yeah, I'll be there, and I'll be a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of private stuff coming up. But just keep checking joeycallahan.com, and I'll be in Hilton Head July 19th through the 21st. So I'm all over. I'm like horse shit. I'm all over the place.
And like I said, folks, check him out on Amazon Prime. Joey Callahan, the notorious FOD, father of daughters.
Hey, listen, if you go to the YouTube, if you go to DryBar Comedy, go to YouTube, Joey Callahan, write something nice. Make a nice comment. Some people are mean.
Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, they can't even review or leave a comment on our podcast.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you'll at least get something from them because they don't do shit for us. So.
Well, hey, listen. If you're listening to this because you know who I am and you've not ever listened to this podcast, listen to the podcast. These are nice young men. They're very good, and they're fun to listen to. And again, the sexual tension is amazing between the two.
Yeah, well, funny story. My freaking mom decides she wants to FaceTime me. It's Tuesday.
What?
It's Tuesday. She knows it's Tuesday.
Tell her we're naked wrestling
oh
right
my
now.
God.
I'll put your mom on. Let's talk to your mom.
Well, no, here's the problem because she's FaceTiming me.
Oh, yeah,
if
we
I
need like the three-way.
No, if I hit FaceTime, it'll probably end the call with you.
Yeah.
So because it's
don't do that.
like right now you're through my iPad, but it's patched into my phone, so I can't do anything on the phone. That'll mess up the iPad. listen, we have too many challenges with technology on this show. I'm not touching any buttons right now because we'll hang up on you and have to redial. So, yeah. But it would be, my mom would have Joey. My mom would have no idea what to do. She'd just sit there quietly or say, "I'll talk to you later." Yeah. She's partially retired now. She's kind of like just lost because she only works a couple hours a week. So.
Well, May 16th was the 7th anniversary of the passing of my mom. So appreciate your mom, because she might be a pain in the ass, but one day she's not going to be there, and you're going to miss her being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and you know what? As you say that, Josh and I send much appreciation to both our moms all the time. I know, Josh unfortunately doesn't have his dad. I have both of my parents. I'm very grateful to still to be able to do that. I came back to Pennsylvania partially because of being closer to home with my family. So as much as like you said, as much as my mom does drive us all crazy, my whole family crazy, I still love my mom a lot. So and it's good. So I will catch up with her. Just when we're recording a show is not a good time for me. So
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, tell her I said hi.
All right, we'll do. Absolutely.
Last question.
And tell her I want the money back. It was late in good faith, and she said she'd had the money back to me. And I've been more than patient, tell her.
So here's my dad listens to shows every week, so he's going to have to relay that message to her, and I want to see what her reaction is.
Yeah, please, listen, boob job, schmoob job. She said she wanted it done. I paid for the boob job, and she said she was going to pay back.
This is great. That's great. Perfect.
All right. Last question on this hard-hitting interview, Joey. And
yes, I feel like I'm on 60 Minutes.
I was gonna say it's like I'm Dan Rather minus the Dan and the Rather, and
there you go.
So anyway, now I know, and I can kind of jump in on this story too, but hecklers, it's something you run into all the time in comedy. What is your worst heckler story? I know you saved my ass one time on a show in Lancaster at Stitches. Some drunk asshole.
What did I do there?
Well, I was up doing crowd work, and I think it was something the guy got pissed because he was drunk and loaded, and I started talking to his girlfriend, and that just started it. And then he was like, oh, you're not even funny, you're picking all the low fruit because you're talking to us, you're supposed to have jokes and be funny, blah blah blah. So I wrapped it up and brought you up, and he kept at it with you, and the guy ended up getting thrown out, but you were like, I don't even remember what you said, but you buried him in like the nicest way that I've seen somebody bury a heckler. Like, you told the guy he was an asshole without telling him that he was an asshole.
Well, that's an old Irish expression, the ability to tell somebody to go to hell and have them looking forward to the trip. So
that's great.
So, no. Hey, listen, first of all, I would say 9 times out of 10, they're not hecklers. They're people who just get so excited and they're so happy and they just want to engage. And that's why I love stand-up, because it truly is blue-collar theater. I would say 9 times out of 10, there's a way of kind of handling that situation, right? But then you hit that 10th time, and it's lead or be crushed. You got to draw a line in the sand. You got to take them out like with this precision of a skilled surgeon. Like they're gonna walk away, and all their inners have to fall out, and they not even realize they've been cut. And that's how you do it. And that, at the end of the day, if you let them win, then you're not doing your job.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a treat to see it
work.
work.
So, like, thinking about this, like, this is people, like, in my world, like, in my business, where they just have the experience. They've had time to just kind of understand how stupid people can be, and they just know how to handle every situation. The hardest part about being in the role that I'm in now at work is that I haven't experienced the bullshit that goes along with the job that I have. And I love my job, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of, you're dealing with people, right? And Joey, same thing for you. You're dealing with people and their emotions and their sensitivity, their diversity, like so many things. But that experience, like everybody tells me, eventually you'll just be able to do it. So would you agree, like over time, you just develop a way to win people, and just tell them how it is without actually like pissing on them, But you are.
I mean, I think the worst situation is the girlfriend finds you funny. Now, this does not happen to me now that I'm old, but when I was younger, like, the boyfriends would be pissed off because the girlfriend would find me funny. Now, I've been married forever. I've been married for 31 years. I dated my wife for 5 years. I've been with my wife my entire life. I wasn't out at clubs looking for women. but guys don't know that, right? I'm like so sexually non-threatening, and these girls would like laugh at what you said, and these guys would I had a guy follow me to the parking lot one time, and I just let him know, I wasn't the same guy on stage. I wasn't the nice guy on stage. He didn't see that guy in the parking lot, and at one point I think he realized that he shouldn't have done that, and I took mercy on him. But everybody's got
So you whooped his
all
ass?
hat, no cattle.
Did you beat Did you beat his ass?
No. I intimidated him. I don't like to do violence, physical violence, but I do like to get into somebody's head and have them chew their own cud like Hannibal Lecter did with Miggs in his cell. I will do that.
That's so great. See, Josh does that. He just doesn't know he's doing it. He can do that to people too. He just gets everybody so emotionally drained. So, yeah, it's great.
Well, there we go. So that was getting to know Joey Callahan a little bit.
Well,
folks.
thank you, boys. I appreciate the time. This is great, and hopefully, we got to get your listeners to go to YouTube to Joey Callahan DryBar and write something nice.
Yes, 100%.
Now you're going to stay on for the rest of the show, right? Or do you need to jet out?
Yeah. I will stay on as long as you'll have me.
Oh, well, we want you for the whole show because I want to see if any of our stories or our banter on the podcast intrigue you tonight that you want to jump in and comment.
Anytime you want to jump in,
Yeah, please.
you have carte blanche. Just jump in and say whatever you want.
You are.
Let me put it this way. My wife just texted me. I have to pick up my daughter, so you got me till like 8:35. Is that fair?
No,
that's fair.
That's good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do the game first?
Yeah,
Josh?
let's go
All
right into our game then that I have kind of prepared here since. Now you're not going to probably be able to.
Wait,
hear
you
some
told
of
him he
this.
has to play a game, right? We didn't
I
just
did. Yeah. It's
okay.
and it's nothing like hard. I mean,
I don't even listen to what Josh says. I just go, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
You
Whatever.
trust him a lot.
most people don't, so it's cool.
He's a nice kid.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's get into this.
You should have
game
heard about
here,
what
then.
his child was saying tonight on the phone. His kid's smarter than him.
Yeah, he
And
thought I
he's
was
6.
picking a fight with. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay. Hang on. Let's get into this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. That's right. You're here to play a game. What game? It's a game that everybody loves. Everybody knows. Everyone who travels knows. We're going to play Where Are We? I am your host, Peter Gozinia. And we have 2 contestants on the line tonight. We have AC. And all the way from the big lights in the big cities and wherever he lives. Due to witness protection, we can't give that information out, but we're going to say hello to Joey Callahan. Joey, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. We just talked for like a half an hour.
No. You were talking to my brother, Josh, and AC. They host this show.
I don't understand. I'm scared now.
Welcome to my world.
Just put the lotion on. It'll all be okay in the end.
Fair enough.
All right, so this is how the game works. I'm going to give you guys the names of 2 places in the United States. Now, since, Joey, you travel all across the land, you're going to have to tell us whether this is a real place. Actually, I just want you to name what the real place is. I'll give you two places. One's fake, one's real. And you're going to have to tell us what is the real place. They all have wacky names. Anyway, you're going to... Do you
Am I
play?
Playing?
No,
let Joey play.
Yeah,
Let
he's
Joey
good
play.
at this.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. Jump in.
All right, well, here's our first one. And now, if you have any funny stories, if you've ever performed at any of these terrible places, which I highly doubt you have, but hang on. Okay, here we go. The first place is Siemensville, Iowa, or Popejoy, Iowa. Which one is the real city?
I'm gonna go. You know what? My instincts tell me it's the second one, but the first one's too good not to say it's that one. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay, and then you have to say it. We need to hear you say it. The judges need to hear you say it.
Iowa.
Well, Iowa's a state, but we need Siemensville, Iowa, or Popejoy, Iowa.
I'm gonna go with the Seaman, Ohio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you are wrong. Siemensville, Iowa is totally made up by me. Popejoy, Iowa, however, is real. And no, it is not a synthetic drug. It is actually named after former landowner and resident John Popejoy. So,
can I ask a question? Is Jizzville, New Jersey, not a place?
crap, that was our next one.
Jizzville, New Jersey.
Comstock, Idaho. No. Okay. Well, so far you've got a big old 0, but hey, don't worry. There's still 5 more questions. You could win the $1 million. Here we go. Hooker, Oklahoma, or Buttsville, Oklahoma? Which is the real name, Joey?
I got to go with Buttsville, Oklahoma.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer, even though now I'm starting to think it's wrong.
Well, yeah, you'd be wrong again. Hooker, Oklahoma is actually real. It is named after ranch foreman John Hooker Threckelheld. And rumor has it that when people insult the town name to the locals, they will say, relax, it's a location, not a vocation.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. I really did my research on these, so I'd have some background facts about these terrible names. Okay, question number 3. Maybe we can get you on the board here with this one. Colon, Michigan, or Heatsville, Texas? Which is the real name? Colon, Michigan, or Heatsville, Texas?
That's a tough one because they all sound legitimate. I'm going to go with Poland, Michigan.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the board with Colon, Michigan, allegedly named after a city in the Panama. However, some people question Michigan and their officials for town names that suggest something could be in the water, such as Brown City, Michigan, Flushing, Michigan, and Colon, Michigan. Very good, Joey.
Well, in my defense, Josh, I thought you said Poland. I didn't realize you said Poland. So technically, I think I got it wrong.
Hey, either way, you're a double winner then. You don't even have to say the right answer, and we give it to you. Okay. All right, next on the board, 3 questions left. Camper, Colorado, or Winnebago, Minnesota? God.
I'm going with Winnebago, Minnesota.
Yeah, that was a good choice. I just about screwed that one up. It has nothing to do with campers. It's actually named after the Winnebago Indian tribe. So Winnebago, Minnesota.
And they also have a Winnebago casino.
Have you been out in that area ever?
No, I just made that up.
No, okay. Well, they probably do, though. Come to the wigwam and play.
Yeah, me travel many moons to come to Winnebago Casino for dollar slots.
Don't forget the bingo.
Yeah.
Notorious for
That's
bingo.
right.
All right. Next one on the list. Now, this one's easy. Intercourse, Pennsylvania, or Three-Way, Tennessee? Which is the real...
The guy's from Pennsylvania. I hope he knows this answer.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on, I've driven out to that.
Oh, actually,
the blue ball intercourse.
Paradise. Yep.
Yeah, Cocksuckerville. I've been to all of them. Oh my God, your mom's not listening, is she?
No,
Jesus.
she doesn't listen.
Woo!
Josh's mom listens. Yeah.
Sir, we need to talk
I'm
to you.
sorry, Mrs. Josh's mom.
No, it's all good. Man, and I'm so stupid, I actually gave 2 real places. There is actually a place called Three-Way, Tennessee. It's named for the famous split of Route 45 that splits 3 ways. But yeah, okay. Way to screw that one up, Josh.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Here we go. This is another sort of easy one. We have Cement, Missouri, or Concrete, Wisconsin.
I'm going to go with Cement, Missouri.
I mean, it's not as easy as I thought. No, you're wrong again.
Really?
If it is, it's not the one I found, but I found that Concrete was actually formed in 1909 when the Baker Cement City areas merged. Both were near the Washington, Portland. Oh, geez, I don't even know what I'm talking about. They were both near the Washington, Portland Cement Company, and then they became Concrete Washington, not Wisconsin.
Jesus.
Why do I get the feeling that you did this research not on the internet, but on Encyclopedia Britannica that your parents got at the grocery store? Every week you got a different letter of a book, and that's where you're doing all your research.
Well, actually, what I did was I stood at a map and I threw darts at it and just randomly would pick off names and see what I could find. Well, anyway, that was a very poorly executed game by me. I'd like to thank our
you did fine,
contestants.
kid. You did fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just a way to get some more fun in here with you. But we definitely appreciate you being a trooper.
Oh, you guys are lovely. And listen, whatever I can do to help promote this show, please make sure you tag me and everything, and I will gladly. Let's get your listeners up, and let's get you some sponsors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, now, see, we're careful with that because then then they'll control what we do on here. So I don't know if we want that yet, but we're all for whatever we get out of this. We really appreciate the help with that. So let's. Joey's got to get out of here soon. So we just want to make sure that we get all this down. So it's Joey Callahan Comedy on Facebook and Instagram. It is omnipop.com/Callahan. Just in case you don't know how to spell it, Callahan. Did I spell that right? I got it right?
You did. Lovely job.
All
Lovely job.
right. And then also visit him at joeycallahan.com. Upcoming shows that he mentioned here on our show. He's going to be at Pocono Palace on 6/25. And then he's going to be down at Hilton Head on July 19th through the 21st. So check him out again, omnipop.com/Callahan or joeycallahan.com. Joey Callahan Comedy on Facebook and Instagram.
Don't forget his Twitter, at Joey Callahan.
Perfect. And then we will put the links on our Facebook page. We'll have it on our website, our webpage, joshandac.podbean.com. And then we will link him in our social media when we announce it, as well as in the post for the week. So definitely, everybody, Joey is doing this at no cost to us. This is really
I should pay you guys.
Right. This is literally helping him help us as well. So this is just from one comedian to another group, just giving us. So please make sure that you get over and check him out. Give him a shout. Check out his shows. His special on Josh, help me out with that.
Amazon Prime.
Yes. Thank you. Check him out on YouTube. Leave those good comments for him. But he is doing this. He is doing this to help us out as well as to help him. So Joey, again, thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, and thank you guys sincerely, and don't forget to follow Josh and AC Podcast on Instagram.com. I just followed it right there, so make sure you guys follow me back.
Perfect.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, so find us there. But Joey, again, we'll let you get out of here. Go pick up your daughter and be the responsible father instead of hanging out with a couple clowns like us. Because Josh, is not a responsible father, so he just, he has a child, but not much. But
shut up.
We'll let you get out of here.
It was the hardest 20 seconds
boys,
of my
be
life.
safe, stay well, get vaccinated and boosted, everybody out there.
All right. Thanks, Joey. Have a wonderful night.
See ya.
Thanks again.
Thank
Take care.
you, Joey. Appreciate it.
He's out.
There he is.
All
ladies
right,
and gentlemen.
everybody.
That was Joey Callahan.
Yep.
Find him on his Amazon Prime special, the notorious FOD.
Yep. And we will,
of
one
daughters.
more time at the end of the show, we'll run through all that stuff again because we are only about halfway through our show for the night. But again, thank you to Joey for doing that. When Josh pitched that to me, I was like, absolutely.
That went a lot better than I thought it was gonna.
And not anything against Joey. It's just
I just didn't know if we would be good enough for a guest.
Yeah, we literally
a real guest.
Joey definitely has some credentials that are amazing.
Well,
and for him to
a real comedy. He's been doing comedy for 30 years.
And for the fact that he wanted to come on our show to help us out, to help him out is fantastic. Again, everybody, please get out and check him. We'll talk again about it at the end of the show. Again, it'll be in our social media as well as linked over on our Facebook. It will be linked in on our Podbean site. So, all right. Well, now that
why don't we take a break real quick and make sure it actually recorded?
It did actually record.
No, like this. Let's just make sure the sound quality's there. I just want to make sure.
It's all there. We're not taking a break. I can watch it on my screen, Josh.
Doesn't mean it's good.
It's fantastic.
What if it's like?
Okay, Josh. Let me explain something to
now
you.
I'm gonna get my fucking lecture.
What you hear in the headphones is what you're hearing through there. Okay, it sounds like he's on a phone. It's fine. I'm watching it on the screen. He was not peeking. He was not. There was no evidence of.
Am I?
Jesus Christ!
Why is there an echo?
Because you scream so
Turn
loud.
one of those mics off.
Oh, maybe that's why. Because you scream so loud.
I didn't scream.
Oh, I gotta turn it down. I'll just turn it down. All right.
Please help me melt my pickle.
There we go.
All right, everybody. So let's get into the rest of the show now.
That was awesome, though.
It was fantastic. Great that you did some work there, and it
Sort of worked.
the timing was perfect for the season premiere. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. We are definitely not guaranteeing that we're going to have that.
Not every week, but I think we should try to do it, more frequently.
Well, if we can get more folks,
Well, I should be able to.
and maybe we need
I
to
think
get
this one.
maybe
went
we
well.
can get Joey back on for one of our holiday shows or something like that to kind of do some bits on there. But it was fantastic. I am ecstatic. By the way, I got some lines for the show titles out of him. I am the pickle is one of them. I also said go to hell and look forward to the trip. So, because that would be a great show title, don't you think? Go to hell and look forward to the trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Joey helped us out with that. But anyway, so let's talk about life and where we're at. We have a couple things to talk about. Then we'll get into our normal stuff. But hopefully this is a great way for all of you to kick off season 3 with us. So Josh spent about $4,000. Well, hasn't spent it yet.
Well,
Can you stop plugging in your phone?
are we really gonna fucking do this?
No,
Why are
I
you
can give you the one that plugs into a wall.
I don't want the one. I want this one.
Every time you hear that
Oh,
noise,
because it's such a huge thing.
that is Josh
really?
plugging in
Because that's
his phone.
such a big fucking deal.
3 times a night you plugged in your
Yeah.
phone.
Watch. 4.
Oh my God.
5,
Stop.
6,
All right. When you break your computer.
7,
When you break your computer. All right.
8.
So let's talk about this bed that you had to have.
Well, I didn't have. Why
Why
is
are you
it?
still echoing?
It's very echoey. Do you have echo on my voice?
I must have hit the thing.
You fuck. Hello? Help! Get me out of here! I'm stuck in AC's hole again. Anyway. Yeah, I got a new bed.
I should just turn the echo off. That way it doesn't,
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
like this music.
you got a new bed, that's it? You don't want to talk about the 400-pound people that were jumping on the bed?
No.
Not at your house.
Well, not yet. Why is there no good music anymore? Ever.
They restricted us.
Here we go. This is better.
Well, everybody, the life
So-
of the show is gone. Joey's gone, so
Yeah.
there's no more life in the
now it's
show.
all downhill after
Yeah,
this.
it's all downhill.
Sorry, how long was he on?
We had almost like 42 minutes.
Oh,
He was
cool.
on the phone with us for like 49 minutes.
Yeah, that's
So,
good. That's good.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
so,
10 minutes of that was us bullshitting in the beginning.
So yeah, I got a new bed. I've been looking to get a new bed for a long time because I was using a bed from like the 70s.
I can make so many comments about this.
Shut up. All right, can't you just let me fucking tell a story? Why you guys be fucking Debbie Downer? All right, not all of us live in a lap of luxury. We're gonna have 2 brand new fucking.
I'll let you
gigantic
talk.
beds. Oh, here we go. No, knock it off, dude. I'll leave. I don't need this shit.
Goodbye.
See
We
ya.
already recorded the important part of the show. All right. Well, I get into my facts and my
shut
stories.
up.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine.
God,
So I got a new
You
bed.
can see the freaking lump on your head.
Yeah, I know, right here.
Yeah.
I know. Thanks.
Show everybody the
Boy,
freaking.
but anything else you'd like to? Would you like me to part my hair so they can see the scar? Next week we're going to talk about my aneurysm and how uplifting of a night that was. Anyway, so I looked all over, and beds are expensive. I don't know if you've purchased a bed recently, but holy shit, they're expensive.
No.
Well, no, like I don't know where you got them. Fucking, I've never had a new bed. I've always had like used hand-me-down beds. Except when I was a kid, I had a new bed. But anyway. So, originally I ordered through helixmattress.com. And it was like, I don't know, $3,500. Ordered it, and then Amber tells me she's leaving me. And I'm like, well, fuck that. I ain't getting a new bed then. So I canceled it. Blah, 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 blah. Push came to shove, whatever. She's staying. So then I ordered another bed through Big Fig Mattresses. And it's not about fruit. It's about fat people. They specialize in beds for fat people.
Yeah, but you and Amber are really not like fat.
No, but like they had financing, so that's why I ultimately went with them. This bed is $4,300. Now, if you pay it off in like 120 days or something, it's like $2,300, which is what I'm going to try to do. But, yeah, so Big Fig Mattresses, and like they send you a link for a video to watch people set it up, and it's like these 2 heifers that are like literally, you start the video, and it's like, thank you for purchasing your Big Fig bed. Please follow these step-by-step guide on how to assemble your new bed. And then it's like, hi, welcome to Big Fig Bed. And these 2, I mean, they're very hefty women, are building this bed. And then, like, I'm telling you, they're good 3 bills, each one of them. And they got, like, fucking bingo wing things where, like, they have that looks like the turkey legs
What
from
do you
Disney.
call them? Bingo wings.
Well, it was like, when they flap them, it looks like a wing. But they were building this bed. And, they build it. And then they're like, and now you've completed your Big Fig bed. And they collapse on the bed, these 2 fat fucks. And the bed doesn't fall. I guess that's, like, their testimonial of, like, we really brr. And I looked on a box when I got the thing. It says the mattress supports 1,200 pounds.
When you got this mattress, was it all like wrapped up really tight?
Yeah, it was in a box that was like probably yay high from the ground, so probably
Like
4
feet,
feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
and then you unwrap it and it like flies
it weighed
out.
143 pounds, just the mattress.
Did you have to pay for shipping?
No.
It was all covered?
It was all covered with your purchase, but it came FedEx.
Oh, God.
Now they
You're
can't-
lucky you got it.
They can't get me a fucking box of shoes on time. They delivered a goddamn bed in 2 days.
Well, yeah, they can't lose that. It takes up half the truck.
Jesus. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So it was 3 packages, like the frame, and now it's not called a box spring anymore. It's called a foundation. Like, come on. It's not a foundation. It's a fucking box spring. Minus springs.
Well, there were probably a reason why they can't call it box spring anymore.
Well, there were no
somebody got
springs in
offended.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's false advertising.
So whatever, I build it, and the fucking kids were in the room when I built it. Amber was working, and those kids crawled on the bed before I did. I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? I just spent 3 hours building this goddamn bed, and you're gonna be the first ones to try it out. Oh, it's soft, Dad. I'm like, okay, good. So I don't know. New bed. It is really nice, but I'm not looking forward to paying for it. But in theory, it comes with a 25-year warranty. How do you warranty a mattress, though? Like, you're never going to get it wrapped back up and shrink-wrapped into a box like they did.
You never know how you get it back in there.
Well, I don't have a vacuum sealer that big.
Well, maybe it's like Amazon. They just tell you to donate it or throw it away.
Well, like, so I was going to pee on it and see, like, yeah, this came with a pee stain. This was soiled when I bought it.
Okay.
It was. Anyway.
You soiled the bed already?
No, well, we consummated the bed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure you did.
Well, we did.
Oh, so that's what did it? You just had to have a comfortable bed and then you start having sex again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know, $4,000. Like these beds didn't even cost $4,000
Where'd
total.
you get them?
So the frame came from IKEA.
Okay. But I don't have anything like that up by me.
So the frame's from IKEA. The mattresses, shit, where the hell did I get the mattresses at?
They're comfortable.
I know. I know my bed.
Mattress firm.
No, you know what? I got this when I moved to Virginia. So this came from Sears Outlet, which they don't have anymore. So Sears Outlet, I bought the bed frame and the mattress.
Good for you.
But the bed frame was IKEA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, whatever. It is what it is. I don't
Oh
know.
no, you know what? That bed frame isn't IKEA. That bed frame was Sam's Club, actually. So Walmart.
Huh.
My bed frame in my bedroom is IKEA.
Okay.
That's when I learned what IKEA was. So
Anyway,
all right.
am I going on to my next one, or you got
Yeah.
something?
Well, you got 4 things. You got to hurry.
Don't start.
We're already 56 minutes. That's
Right,
That's why I said you had a lot of shit to do
We're
this
good.
show.
Right, we're good. I was driving through Hometown. You know where Hometown is?
For folks that
Up
don't know
past
that's
Tamaqua.
in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania.
So, yeah, hillbillies and strange people.
Yeah.
And I was at a stoplight, and I looked to my right at a gas station, and there was a lady getting out of her car. And if Batman had a doppelganger, it was this lady. She had
Batman?
Batman.
Okay.
Full black suit. Like, she wasn't Muslim. She was a white lady. She had, like, a full black suit.
How do you know she was a Muslim?
Because I said, hey, are you Muslim? And she said, no, I'm a crime fighter. She said, didn't you see the belt? And she started tapping her waist. No. She got out of her car, started walking across the parking lot, and it was breezy. And it's like, she had a cape. She looked like Batman without the mask. Like, she didn't have the hood on or anything, but literally, like, had a little logo thing in the middle, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was just weird. Like, it was like a Power Ranger, fuck Batman, and then had an obese 60-year-old woman.
You know, you expect to have, like, civilization up there, right?
But why would you dress like Batman?
I go out in blue shorts and yellow Crocs all the time.
Right. Why would you do that? You look like fucking Big Bird.
I don't give a shit.
Hi.
Who do I have to impress?
I don't know. Then I had the great debacle of I got in a fight at Domino's.
Yeah, for your own dumb fault.
No. So I never order pizza from Pizza Hut. Amber's like, I want Pizza Hut for me and the boy. Okay, fine.
Well, see, for most of the listeners that live down in Southeast Pennsylvania, we don't have Pizza Hut down here.
Yeah, well, we have one. The only one left in PA, probably. So she's like, order from Pizza Hut and go pick it up. I'm like, oh, whatever, fine. So I order, and I wait my time. I go in. Yeah, I'm here to pick up for Josh. Oh, it's just coming out of the oven. I'm like, okay, great. They hand me 2 boxes and, like, one of the, like, the breadstick boxes. I'm like, what's this? I didn't order this. Like, you're Sam, right? 360? I was like, no, I'm number 85, Josh. And right away, I get all pissed off. And she's like, I don't even have that order. And they're mumbling back and forth with me. What do you mean you don't have the order? I was like, right here is the receipt for 85 Pizza Hut. And she's like, where? And I was like, I'm just going to go. Have a good night.
Let it be known, everybody, that Josh actually is human and fucks up. Do you have your light on, your circle light, by the way?
Yeah, why?
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Not bright enough?
No, you are bright enough. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Hang on. Joey's texting me.
Oh, what did we do? Did we screw up already? Don't publish the show.
My legal team will be contacting you.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. What else is new?
Hang on a sec. Jesus, people.
My dad forewarned me, we can't afford to be sued, so.
No. Lovely music.
It takes you a long time to pull your text messages up.
Well, Will texted me too. Anyway, I found pizza. Pizza was good.
Was it a good message or a bad message?
No, he's just like, hey, thanks for having me on.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
And then 2 weeks ago, Will had a baseball tournament when it was like 95 degrees that weekend. And I'm already ornery because it's hot. And half of our kids on our team, their parents don't bring them to games or practices, so we're struggling to fill spots and whatever else. And the way we play is it's kid pitch. Well, I was behind home plate helping the catcher if any balls got missed. And there's a real close call at first base. We had a guy out, and they called him safe. And he was definitely not safe. So I started arguing, and the two other coaches started arguing with the umpire, who is two 12-year-old kids who play in the higher baseball.
Oh, really?
And we're like, dude, they were totally out, blah, blah, blah. And there was a guy from the other team, like his kid must be on the team, but he's crippled, okay?
Oh, boy.
And he's in one of those, like, jazzy scooter chairs. And the way the field is, it's
Hover
like
around.
the backstop, then there's a little bit of a hill, and then there's, like, a walkway path that takes you to the, the seating, and then it takes you over to, like, the concession stand. And this motherfucker's running his mouth at me. And I'm like, dude, I turn around, I'm like, I can hear everything you're saying, sir, right? And kept mouthing off. I turn around, and then he's mouthing off. I turn around again, I'm like, just shut up. It's over. It's done with. Let it go, man. It was in their favor anyway. I don't understand what he was even fucking giving me a hard time for.
Yeah.
And he's still mouthing off. He said, look, you can either come down here, get off that thing, and come down here and we'll talk, or you can just let it go. I was pissed. Like, who's going to win? A guy on fucking four wheels or me? I think I could pull you down the hill, watch you hit the fence, and then, yeah, we'll talk. Like, I was pissed.
You arguing with people is just like a daily life now.
No. When you're going to try, like, you'd be stupid if you didn't think the coaches would argue against a call for their team. Like,
Yeah.
what's your problem, pal? You've got the out was not good for us.
So you never overturned it? You couldn't review it like
No,
they do in Major
they
League
wouldn't
Baseball?
overturn it. No. No. God, we barely have a fucking field. And, like, I'm already annoyed anyway because, like, when they're umps, they have one adult ump who stands at the pitcher's mound. How are you going to call balls and strikes from the pitcher's mound?
Because he doesn't want to get hit by a ball, Josh.
They're not, whatever. It is what it is. But, like, it just pissed me off. Then this guy had the balls after the game. I went over to get something at the concession stand for Willie. He was like, hey, good game, coach, good game. I'm like, oh, fuck you. I ought to kick you in your goddamn
What, the
teeth.
guy in the scooter?
Yeah, Mr. Scooter. And then the coach from the other team came over. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He goes, what'd that guy say to you? I was like, he's just being dick heckling me. He's like, thanks for letting me know. He was told yesterday about it. He's not going to be allowed back anymore. I don't know how you prevent a guy in a scooter.
Well, you can see him coming, so you can stand in front of him.
You throw a spike strip out or whatever the cops use. Throw a stop stick out and watch him slam into the guardrail. That would be cool though, because we'd be like, you could picture that. Like,
No, they're not going that fast.
they should do that shit in like Walmart. If we get a shoplifter on a mart cart, shoplifter on a mart cart. Sir, please stop. Fuck you. And then he just throws stop sticks out. They slam into the frozen food section. Pizzas come down on their heads.
Oh, my God.
That would be so sweet.
No, because that'd be like shitloads of broken glass and everything.
Then they'd have a mart cart with a siren on it. Woo!
Oh, my God.
One of the Walmartians get off.
Walmartians.
Put your hands where I can see him. Oh, no. Kneel on his neck. Get him.
Must you. Remember when we were talking about Joey that you just don't know, you have no filter. You just have
Why
no,
should I?
no
He's
way to
gone now,
control.
so it's
All
okay.
right.
He won't disapprove because he wasn't a part of this.
All right. So there you
Anyway.
go. There's a little bit of the update and glimpse into Josh's pathetic life.
Pathetic.
So he does have a child, and that's the only highlight that he has of his life. So no, nothing.
It is hot in here.
I turned the fan on.
Well, it must be nice to have a fan.
You have a fan behind you.
Where?
The fan was back there. Turn all the way around. Are you too fat to turn around?
Why does my shit get fucking moved? Get off the phone.
I'm not on the phone. Fuck
Then
you.
what are you looking at?
Fuck off. I'm not on the phone. It's my watch. Is that okay? You want me to take my watch off?
Zordon, come in.
Oh
The
my
Power
God.
Rangers.
All right.
There's a problem down at
All right,
the Central
everybody.
Park.
So it is time for What Day Is Today? All right, so June 9th, 2022. It is International Dark and Stormy Day. So this is...
I'm offended by that. You can't call it dark and stormy
This
anymore.
is, it says to grab your Gosling's Black Seal Rum and Sparkling Ginger Beer.
Why would you grab baby geese?
Oh, my God.
Well, that's what a Gosling is.
All right, it is National Donald Duck Day. National Earl Day. So it celebrates legends named Earl who have made history.
My pop-up was named Earl.
It is Johnny Depp Day.
Right.
So we'll see what happens with him and Amber
Everybody
Heard.
gets to go shit in the bed now.
It is National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day.
Ew, that sounds terrible.
And Josh's non-existent but favorite, National Sex Day. So June 9th is the 160th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. On this day, 500 Mormons leave Iowa City heading west for the Mormon Trail. Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain is celebrated with fireworks, and the former U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson declares a national day of mourning following the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy. Famous birthdays today obviously include Johnny Depp, Natalie Portman, and Michael J. Fox. Today is National Rosé Day and National Donald Duck Day.
You know, he wouldn't be able to hold a glass of rosé. Michael J. Fox, have you seen him lately? Welcome to the Josh and AC podcast.
My grandfather has Parkinson's, so can you not make fun of him, please?
Oh, for fuck. Jesus Christ, Karen.
All right. So, on to trivia for this show. Keep it moving along. All right. So, this fast food item was originally created in the 1980s with input from chef Rene Arned, who cooked for Queen Elizabeth II and the King of Belgium.
She's still alive, right? That's the one that's still in charge, right?
Queen Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure the second, yeah. Belgium, among others.
Waffles.
No.
Oh.
Hint, dipping sauce. Your food facts. Or excuse me, your trivia.
It's coating my whole mouth.
I think I did this one before, but I was being rushed, so I just picked whatever. This is the loudest animal on the planet Earth. What is the loudest animal on the planet Earth?
I can say so many things.
Yeah, no, let's not.
Yeah, all right.
Our leaders
Do you have
You're
an
not
into
a nice
clip
person.
tonight, or are you going right into
I
stories?
do have an into
All right.
clip. Actually, in honor of Joey, we're going to play a little bit of his DryBar Comedy special. This is his rap name, the Notorious F.O.D.
FOD. Any other FODs out here? My rap name would be Notorious FOD. Father of daughters. Anybody have daughters? I live with all women. I got it down to a science. I just wake up and apologize to the first one I see. I'm sorry, what was I thinking? No, you're right, I don't listen. No, you're right, no, we should do it your way next time. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. You know, you're right, I have 2 daughters. I get a lot of this in my house. My buddy has sons. I go, what's it like raising boys? He goes, it's easy. Just know how to hang drywall. I go, why? He goes, they're either going to run into it or you're going to shove them into it. Just know how to replace drywall. My daughters are like the raptors in Jurassic Park. One gets your attention, the other one attacks from behind. I do things to torture them. This past summer, I put my golf shirt on inside out. and we went to the mall. And I just waited. All of a sudden I go, Dad! Your shirt's inside out! That's the way the kids are wearing it. Just keep moving. Got my older daughter, Emma Frances Callahan. She is a millennial. They're fun. She's 23, but when she was born with colic. She cried all the time. People go, oh, that was tough. When did it stop? I said, she's 23. I'll keep you posted. I was arguing with her, and she was indignant. She goes, you're too aggressive. I go, Emma, let me explain something to you. My father was an Irish Catholic teamster. Do you want to see aggressive? You have no idea what aggressive is. Growing up, my father would say things to me like, you know, you're not my real son. My real son plays football for Notre Dame. I'm like, oh, what a coincidence. My real father could afford to send me there. We laugh, and then he beat me unconscious. My dad would give me Alamo beatings. An Alamo beating was if I would just shut up, he'd stop beating me. But I was going out like the Alamo. The odds were against me. My guns were a-blaring. I don't know what I did one day. He chased me up to my room. I shut the door. I put my back against the door. He literally put his fist through the door and was reaching for me like a zombie movie. My sister's in the other room going, Joey, just shut up. And of course, I gotta go, who is it?
There he is, Joey Callahan, notorious FOD. And from being an FOD to a dolphin that drinks pee. See what I did there? It has been revealed that dolphins recognize each other by tasting one another's urine. Usually dolphins get bored with my experiments. We were tapping into something that is part of the dolphin world, marine biologist Jason Brooks said. It's a whiz of a discovery. Dolphins recognize one another when they taste each other's urine. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, definitely not.
See, I've sniffed a few butts, but I don't think I've ever drank pee from somebody else.
I feel like you would.
New research suggests that the ocean mammals have a unique sense of taste that allows them to sense friends and family members through pee and other excretions in the water. According to the study published by the Journal of Science Advances, researchers had a singular purpose to see how the creatures reacted to urine samples from different individuals. Turns out dolphins were more likely to show interest in urine collected from other animals rather than random people. Dolphins explored urine samples for longer if they came from known animals or when they were presented together with the dolphin's unique and distinctive signature whistle, an acoustic identifier that works like a name, said Professor Vincent Yannick, director of Scottish Ocean Institutes, and is the lead authority on the study. Researchers employed the services of bottlenose dolphins who swim with tourists at the Dolphin Quest Resort in Hawaii and Bermuda. Fellow researcher Jason Brooks, a marine biologist from Texas, told National Geographic the original goal was to test whether dolphins use their signature whistles in the same way that people rely on names. Brooks couldn't do that unless he found a second way to identify dolphins. Luckily, he remembered that a fellow scientist had previously observed wild dolphins swimming through what the website called plumes of urine, and he figured the creatures might be using it as an ID technique. It was a shot in the dark, but it worked, even though we were not expecting it to work. Dolphins don't have a sense of smell, so the way they would identify each other was when one dolphin peed or pooped. Oh God, they eat their own poop. Ugh.
That's wonderful.
That's good recycling right there. The others would swim through the excretions and excrement with their mouth wide open to get a taste of their friend.
Is that what you do?
Not with the poop so much, but the pee, yeah, I'll clean it right up. It's very difficult to separate sense of smell from sense of taste, So this is just an exciting opportunity to study how taste works in the world of dolphins. Researchers noticed that participating dolphins spent 3 times longer analyzing urine they recognized than pee from strangers.
That's so weird.
They also noticed that dolphins seemed to be fascinated while this experiment was occurring. The dolphins were very, very keen to participate, because if not, they were probably going to be sent to the tuna factory. Usually dolphins get bored with experiments. However, we were tapping into something that the dolphins really enjoy: pee and poop. Jesus.
Good story.
All right. Then we go from Dolphin P to Joey B. That's right, a story about our good old friend Joe Biden, where a Florida man was arrested after repeatedly asking 911 dispatchers to arrest Joe Biden. Jacob Philbeck called 911 3 times in 1 hour, asking for President Joe Biden to be placed in prison and also asking them to free El Chapo. A Florida man is facing misusing 911 charges after he allegedly placed repeated calls asking law enforcement officers to arrest Joe Biden. The man, who's 29, was arrested after making a series of calls to the Pinellas County 911 system requesting that Joe Biden be arrested and former drug kingpin El Chapo Guzman be freed. Police said the man initially was told that the information he was providing was non-life-threatening, and he was also warned not to make similar calls to 911. The man did not get the message, apparently, because he called the police 2 more times saying that President Biden needed to be placed in prison. Please free El Chapo. Following the 3 911 calls, he was paid a visit by deputies around 6 a.m. At that time, he was still on the phone with 911, but his arrest cut that call short. He was taken to county jail and booked on charges of misusing the 911 system. He was later released after posting a $150 bond, which noted that the arrest documents said he may have also been under the influence of alcohol. And AC, that's what's happening.
All right. So, what type of toppings do you put on this mess? Read one tweet. Crushed soles and shackle-shaped sprinkles. It's a no for me.
Is that something
So,
you serve?
I scream, you scream. Twitter is screaming at Walmart's new ice cream. The big box retailer apologized to customers this week
this is bullshit,
after
too.
being accused of attempting to commodify a black holiday with a new ice cream flavor. Swirled red velvet and cheesecake make up the flavor profile of Celebration Edition Juneteenth Ice Cream.
No, it is not
which
true.
has left a bitter taste in the mouths of many black social media users.
Okay, but hang on. Can I chime in on this?
Oh, of course.
This is fucking bullshit. You're saying that they shouldn't be making money off of Juneteenth. You just made up a fucking holiday for Juneteenth.
For a reason. We're not going to get too deep into it.
I don't give a shit. All right? You took my handcuffos and my...
All right. Images of the new flavor went viral over the weekend after Darian Alexis McNeil, a 39-year-old phlebotomist with Duke University Health System, shared pictures of a tub of ice cream on her social media. McNeil, who goes by the name Electress Jones on social media.
Exactly.
Of course, she wanted the fame here by giving her real name. She says she went to Walmart on Saturday night to buy lunch and school snacks for the week. My son asked for ice cream, and we walked down the aisle. I love sherbet, and that's when I was looking for when I saw the Juneteenth ice cream carton. She told Today Food.
And she said, hey, boo, our food stamps don't cover that.
My initial reaction was absolute laughter, not because I thought it was funny, but disbelief that someone somewhere approved not only of selling the item, but the colors and graphics of the item. Who thought this was a good idea and who asked for it? Until
like fish.
recently, black hair products were locked behind glass in Walmart. Now they are celebrating Juneteenth.
What a joke.
So in a statement, Walmart apologized for the product, writing, Juneteenth holiday marks a commemoration and celebration of freedom and independence. However, we received feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. Currently, Walmart sells a number of Juneteenth-related items, including clothing, utensils, and decorations.
How was this offensive?
So would you like some Juneteenth ice cream on a Juneteenth plate as you sip your beer in a Juneteenth koozie? tweeted comedian Roy Wood Jr. Still, the ice cream has left McNeil and other critics with questions and feelings. So what type of toppings do you put on this mess? A Twitter user posted on Monday.
Your
Crushed
knee.
Soles. I like it. Crushed soles and shackle-shaped sprinkles. It's a no for me. So Walmart-backed Juneteenth ice cream is in the same vein as what happened to Black Lives Matter and Pride and anti-work. Tweeted another person, as our ideas become more mainstream, we have to think of how to protect them from being recuperated and de-radicalized. Juneteenth celebrations date back to 1865 and commemorate the emancipation of enslaved black Americans. The holiday also highlights one of the greatest injustices in the United States history. While President Abraham Lincoln has declared over 3 million enslaved people residing in the Confederate States free via the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, it took over 2 years for the news to reach those enslaved in Texas. For generations, Juneteenth was largely only celebrated within the black community and primarily in the South. Despite various attempts to grant the holiday legal observance, it was only this past year, in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd, that the U.S. government ruled formally to recognize Juneteenth. After the passing of Juneteenth National Independence Day Act on June 15, 2021, Juneteenth became a federal holiday. If they really wanted to celebrate Juneteenth, giving space to the black creatives, black creators, the black voices, the ones that don't always get their seats at the big table, would have been so much better, McNeil added. On the other hand, there were some folks on Twitter, a small minority, who couldn't get behind the outrage, mostly because, like Josh, they saw this coming when Juneteenth became a federal holiday. Y'all fought for Juneteenth to be a national recognized holiday, and now it's going to be commercialized like every other holiday. What do y'all think? I'm not fighting over ice cream. LMFAOPLS, wrote one Twitter user. I prefer when Juneteenth was only acknowledged by certain black people, namely in the South. Tweeted another person, now we got to listen to y'all cry about paper plates and ice cream like y'all don't know what that was coming. There you go. See, there's people on both ends of the spectrum here.
But still, it's not like it's new from Ben & Jerry's Chocolate Chauvin Crush or anything like that. Like, well, I don't understand what's so fucking offensive about a carton that had black fists on it.
Nobody's outraged when they create Pride. Like my work, like Pride ice cream, my work has this whole palette. I'm trying to figure out what the hell it says, like Pride sprinklers or something like that. I was like, are these literally like sparklers? Like I'm curious because they're fucking rainbow palettes just showing up. My work has Pride signs that are going up everywhere.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Just another reason for fucking people to get offended over nothing. I'm offended that they sell vanilla ice cream. I don't think they should have vanilla ice cream anymore.
I'm gonna lighten the mood now.
Bullshit.
So a protective layer of bulletproof glass prevented the Mona Lisa from enjoying a bit of cake this past Sunday.
That was the story for the next show.
But the stoic portrait didn't even flinch when a protester hurled the dessert at her direction. In the typically crowded Salle des Etats, the room where the painting is exhibited in the Louvre in Paris,
Seriously, man,
an unnamed 36-year-old man disguised as a woman in a wheelchair threw what the museum later described as a concealed patisserie at the framed 16th century Leonardo da Vinci painting. The Louvre suggested that the protester used a wheelchair to take advantage of their reduced mobility policy, which allowed him to closer access the artwork.
How do you sneak a cake in there?
Photo and video taken in the immediate aftermath of the protest show the protective glass covered in a smear of cake before museum staff eventually wiped the glass clean, receiving a round of applause from onlookers. The Louvre stated that the painting was in no way damaged during the incident. The Mona Lisa has been protected by glass since the 50s and had its now bulletproof case updated as recently as 2019. The museum salutes the professionalism of its agents who reacted immediately during the incident.
You idiot.
The Louvre said it's also a reminder that monitoring national collections is at the heart of their mission. As for the protester, he was filmed being escorted from the museum by security, still wearing an apparent wig and with his wheelchair in tow, speaking in French, stating, "Think of the earth.
What is wrong with you, Mona Lisa?
There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it. Artists tell you, think of the earth. That's why I did this." The protester also had a rose with him, and rose petals can be seen scattered on the museum floor. The Louvre said the man was turned over to police, and yesterday the Paris prosecutor's office stated that he has been sent to the police psychiatric unit, according to the Associated Press. An investigation has also been opened into the damage of cultural artifacts. As possibly the world's most famous piece of art, attacks on the Mona Lisa aren't unheard of. Over the years, the painting has apparently faced the likes of acid, a rock, a teacup, and spray paint.
I would have coughed in her face. I would have got infected with COVID and coughed in that bitch's face.
I almost didn't recognize you with all your clothes on.
Back to you, Josh.
I got nothing.
All right, so back to our trivia for this week. All right, so this fast food staple was originally created in the 1980s with input from chef René Arnaud, who cooked for Queen Elizabeth II and the King of Belgium, among others. Think dipping sauce.
So, is it a dipping sauce or it's something you use
No,
with
think
a dipping
dipping
sauce?
sauce. Yeah, think dipping sauce.
Oh, I don't fucking know. Chicken fingers.
Chicken nuggets. So McDonald's chicken nuggets were originally created in the 1980s from input from chef René Arnaud.
No, it is not true.
So they were feeding chicken nuggets to Queen Elizabeth II.
All right. Now, I don't know if this is true, but mine was, what is the loudest animal on the earth? Maybe it's, think water. I'll give you a hint with that.
Whale.
A sperm whale. But now this doesn't sound very loud to me.
Doesn't sound like anything at all.
Here it is. How's this loud? Sound like somebody with bad bones and joints.
Yeah.
Like an old lady with osteoporosis. Like, here it is.
You keep saying that.
It sounds like Marconi. There it is.
Sounds like somebody's beefing it a little bit. They got walking farts.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is.
That's the loudest animal in the world?
That's what it says.
Okay. All right. All right, you want to get that outro?
It sounds like a fucking rocking chair.
Yeah, you want to get that outro going there, Chief. All right, everybody. Apparently that's the loudest animal in the world there, folks. All right, before we get into what we do, let's run down this. Thank you so much to Joey Callahan for being part of our show tonight. We appreciate it. Again, please reach out to him. Get onto his socials. Make sure you check out his special on Amazon Prime. Again, he did this at the grace of his heart to do this, to help us, to help him. So please make sure you get on there. Like and follow him. Joey Callahan Comedy on Facebook and Instagram, at Joey Callahan on Twitter.
Yes.
He is also on omnipop.com/Callahan, spelled CALLAHAN. Also joeycallahan.com. Remember, he's going to be at Pocono Palace on June 25th. He's going to be at Hilton Head in South Carolina on July 19th through the 21st. So please, again, Joey Callahan Comedy on Facebook and Instagram, at Joey Callahan on Twitter. Please get out there and check it. We will put that, and joeycallahan.com. We will put all of that stuff on our social medias. We'll also put that stuff over on the joshandac.podbean.com site, so you can link that up, and we'll try and get you like links to the specials. I'll see what I can do on there. But again, thank you, Joey, for doing that. It was an awesome way to kick off season 3. So anyway, that is going to do it for the Dead End with Josh and AC for season 3, episode number 1. I'm going to mess that up. I'm going to do it at some point. Season
2, episode 54.
Yeah, season 3, episode number 1 of the Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com.
You mess up the stuff you should know.
You know how to find us, but just in case you wanted to change it up, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on the Podbean app. We're on CastBox, Pandora, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Samsung, Google Cast, Google Podcast. God, so many different places now. So please, anywhere that you possibly can, we can get those listens out there. That'd be fantastic. Also, remember, you can access us on Amazon Music through your Alexa. Josh.
See, I would use a sweeper in my asshole. I would. I still would. I stand by that. Find us on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast, or simply at Josh and AC. You can find us on Instagram, Josh and AC Podcast on Instagram, or you can send us an email, joshandacpodcast@gmail.com. Also, as he said, check out Joey Callahan on all of those places. We'll have links on our Facebook and on our all of our social media, so check him out. Big thank you to Joey for doing that. You definitely didn't have to do it, and I think it was a great way to kick off Season 3.
Yep. And hopefully we can get some more along the lines. Hopefully we'll see Joey again on another show with us. But anyway, that's going to do it for us tonight for the kickoff of Season 3. Hopefully you all enjoyed a little bit of Joey Callahan tonight. And hope so much more to come, as we say every year. But we're so excited to be in Season 3. Thanks for sticking around with us all these years and going into another season. But we look forward to the next show, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
See you later. Oh, fuck, we never hit record.